What up and welcome to the Golden Era. We've got the conclusions to the conference semifinals on deck. We've got one series at 2-2. That's Golden State and Seattle. We know we're getting to game 5. We know we're getting to game 6. Every other series 3-1. Brooklyn on top of Charlotte 3-1, Chicago on top of Milwaukee, and Oklahoma City on top of the Sacramento Kings. We got three teams trying to close things out at home and book themselves a ticket to the Western Conference and Eastern Conference Finals. But first, let's pick things up in Game 5, Sonics Warriors. 3:18 to go. Game 5, a pivotal one. Series tied at 2, and the Sonics playing without Alshon Webb, who's fouled out in 29 minutes, are trying to make a comeback down 7. They'll kick this one to Mao Chung-Lu, who gets the foul and the harm on Deontay Dixon, which is going to foul out the Warriors' star forward. The free throw misses. But a big opportunity for the Sonics now with no Deontay Dixon on the floor, which means Javon Roll and Jonathan Kuminga will surely need to step up in this one. Under 3 to go. Here comes Lynn Gardner into the paint, finding Russell Kingston. He holds on for just a second before putting up the bucket and the foul on Mao Chung-Lu. Free throw falls, and it's 114-106. Sonics trying to answer. They kick it to Franklin Knox. He's going to drive on Lynn Garner, but it's Russell Kingston there to turn it away at the rim. Javon Roll tries to put this thing to double figures. Triple, though, won't fall. On the other end, Nicholas Cherry trying to pull this thing close. Wide open triple won't go, but Alexander Sangalia does what he's been doing on the offensive glass. Bucket goes. We're back to 6. 2 minutes to go. Trying to free up Jonathan Kuminga. Wide open triple. Buried. And the Warriors lead back to 9. Nicholas Cherry, though, he's been playing the bargain bin Alshon Webb roll. Screen. Roll goes under. Pull up 3 falls. And just like that, the Sonics have answered, and we're back to 6. Warriors trying to find some luck inside. Russell Kingston to the corner for Javon Roll. A little bit of space, won't be able to get a shot off. Late shot clock won't go from Jonathan Kuminga. Sonics pushing in the opposite direction, needing something. They'll get nothing. Turnover for Lynn Gardner. Kicks out to Caden Dickerson, but it's Franklin Knox turning aside the Gardner shot. Under a minute to go. 117-111. Russell Kingston inside. Alexander Sangalia the board. But this is where the lack of Alshon Webb really shows up. Here comes Mao Chung-Lu trying to drive on Caden Dickerson. Can't get any opening. The ball swings to Franklin Knox with 3 seconds to shoot. Kuminga on him. Tough jumper. Won't fall. And fouls here send Javon Roll to the line to push this thing to a 8-point lead with 20 seconds to go. One last desperation opportunity for the Sonics. They take a lot of time. Franklin Knox the double pump, kicks deep 3 from Cherry. Won't fall. And that's going to do it. 119-111. The Golden State Warriors take a pivotal 3-2 lead heading in to Game 6 back home. They stop the 2-game winning streak. They now try to become the first team to win at home in this Western Conference semifinals, get a chance to go to the finals with a matchup against either the Thunder or the Kings. Unfortunately, Game 6 would not have the drama we've seen in this series. 101-88 Warriors roll. Jonathan Kuminga leads the way with 26. 21 from Javon Roll. A quiet night from Deontay Dixon does not matter. And the Warriors march on to yet another Western Conference Finals, looking for their 4th NBA Finals trip in the last 5 years. It won't yet be the Thunder as the Kings survive a 106-105 Game 5 on the road. That sends our series back to Sacramento for a pivotal Game 6. And back home, it's Tyrese Olsen again pushing this thing on. 38 points in a 124-117 win. That sends us back to Oklahoma City for a winner-take-all Game 7. And on their home court, Oklahoma City takes care of business. 130-112. They bust out to an early first half lead. They never look back, and Oklahoma City will get a chance to host Golden State in the Western Conference Finals. Let's head to the Eastern Conference, where the Brooklyn Nets finish off a gentleman's sweep of the Charlotte Hornets. 4 straight wins for the Nets after losing Game 1 at home. They take Game 5, 125-110. Bryton Reed leads the way with 34, and the Nets are off to their second Eastern Conference Finals in the last 3 seasons. Who will they face when they get there? We don't quite know, because it's the Bucks getting a massive 120-110 win on the road in Game 5 against Chicago. Luka Doncic with a massive 29-point triple-double, sending this thing back to Milwaukee. And in Game 6, it is Dwayne Quall's turn to carry the Bucks. 34-5-5, a 104-97 Bucks win. We've got another Game 7, a pair of 3-1 comebacks in the conference semifinals. Do the Bucks have a different fate than the Kings, though? Of course, they do not. It's the Bulls getting a 119-97 win at home. Javon Stokes, fantastic in this one, 32 points. And the Bulls are marching on to a Eastern Conference Finals. The top 2 seeds in the East squaring off with a chance to go to the NBA Finals. So our conference finals are set. Golden State and Oklahoma City in the West, and in the East, it's Brooklyn and Chicago. Plenty of storylines in this. I mean, you look at the Nets and the Bulls, both trying to make their first NBA Finals since the early 2000s, if not 1998 in the case of the Chicago Bulls. Meanwhile, Golden State and Oklahoma City, no strangers to that reign, right? The Thunder have made 2 NBA Finals in the last couple of years. Of course, Golden State, 3 straight NBA Finals championships, not last year including the 3 prior to that. So a lot on the line, some teams that haven't been there versus some teams that have. Let's start with some predictions, and where we're going, we'll start in the West. Golden State, Oklahoma City. As it has been all postseason long for Golden State, this is a matchup between a team that has a lot of star power versus a team that doesn't have quite as much star power, but has quite a bit of depth. But Oklahoma City, I think, brings to the table the most star power that the Warriors are going to have to face all postseason. Against Minnesota, it was really just a 2-headed monster of Abiz Ojale and Jacob Kuxic. The Warriors survived that in 6. Against the Sonics, it was really just Alshon Webb. Alexander Sangalia had a good series, but when Webb went out, we saw the Sonics really struggle to get things done, and that's why Golden State ultimately was able to hold off that 2-0 comeback. They're not going to have such luck against Oklahoma City. Tobias Bell, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Davis Montgomery, Noah Sosnovsky. That's 4 guys that are all-star caliber. Davis Montgomery not quite there, but he's had a good postseason. 3 to 4 guys that are very, very good, that can score 20 points on any given night, as it was in the first 2 rounds for Golden State. Ultimately, the series is going to be decided by what happens with Caden Dickerson, with Lynn Gardner, and Russell Kingston. We know what the Warriors stars are going to get them. Deontay Dixon and Jonathan Kuminga and Javon Roll have been good, even if Kuminga's a little bit lesser version of himself here at age 33. But what happens with their bench players? If the Warriors get good production from those 3 guys, Jalen House included, this is a team that could make that 4th NBA Finals in 5 years. But if the Thunder are able to mitigate them, keep especially Caden Dickerson, who's going to play 35 minutes, if they keep him quiet, the Thunder have a shot here. I think it's going to be really interesting to watch defensively. What does Golden State do? Because they don't really have this point of the spear defender that you kind of need in these types of scenarios, right? Deontay Dixon is good. Caden Dickerson is good. Jonathan Kuminga is good. But none of them are all defense for sure, put him on the number 1 guy and he gets shut down type of talented. So what happens there? And where do they put Javon Roll? Because against Tobias Bell, Tobias Bell's a great offensive weapon. Advantage Bell just on the offense versus defense. Javon Roll's a better player. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander might be a lesser version of himself here in his mid-30s, but he's still got the height and that ranginess that's going to be tough for Javon Roll to defend. Davis Montgomery is a physical specimen. Even if he's not a traditional 20-point-per-game scorer, he can be eruptive. If they put him on him, it's dangerous. We don't quite know how the Warriors would defend that if it's Roll, and I don't think they're putting him on Noah Sosnovsky. I think you start with him on Davis Montgomery early on in this series. We'll see if they decide to go with him long-term. My prediction, though, Warriors in 7. I like the star power. I like the veteran, been there ability. Yes, this Thunder organization has been to 2 NBA Finals, but that was the Cade Cunningham version of this team, the Ibrahim Mobley version of this team. This is a rebuilt group, much talent, but not quite of that deep veteran experience. Give me the Warriors, but if we see early on struggles by the Warriors' depth pieces, wouldn't be surprised at all if the Thunder push this thing. And I think if you make a pick, it's going to 7. You're pretty much saying, I like this team just a little bit more than I like the other team. Eastern Conference. This is the best. This is the better series of the two. Nets and Bulls. Number 1 versus number 2. The star power is everywhere. Dakota Motley, Javon Stokes in Chicago, Brighton Reed, Rashawn Matthews, Savion White in Brooklyn. This is a very similar matchup in terms of one team has a lot of depth and one team has a lot of star power. The problem is the Chicago Bulls' depth is actually really freaking good. Okay, Aaron Larson, Rowan Jameson coming off the bench, Cavante Kennard, second-year bruising big man inside, Joshua Chapman, deadly three-point shooter. The Chicago Bulls have options. They have a superstar in Javon Stokes. They've got an all-star in Dakota Motley, and their depth goes 8-9 deep. The Nets have stars. Brighton Reed is very, very good. All-star. He's an all-NBA point guard, but this league is too deep. That's why he's only got one. Savion White is an all-star, two-way, dynamic defensive wing. Rashawn Matthews is one of the best big men in the NBA. Those pieces are good. Memphis Reed is a fantastic next option. Bruno Sosa the same for Brooklyn. Ultimately, it's going to come down to, do the Nets have enough in the tank to really push this Bulls team, which has the number 1 defense in the entire league? Can they get that done? This is a coin flip to me. I'm going to go Bulls in 7, but this is a coin flip because we have everything. We got good defenses. We've got stars that know how to play big. This is a Bulls team that everyone's been doubting. They've been the best team in basketball all season long. And they're a team that everybody has been doubting because of their age. They're young. They haven't been here. Are we sure? You look at their last couple seasons, it was a play-in win, lose in the first round. Come back from Miami last year down 3-1, lose in the conference semifinals. So they're making all the steps. To me, that tells me they're ready for the big leap, which is to win a conference finals. Again, I'm going 7. This is a coin flip. If the Nets walk out of here victorious because of Brighton Reed, Rashawn Matthews, wouldn't be surprised one bit. But I'm going Bulls in 7, their first NBA Finals. If they were to do it, it would be their first NBA Finals since 1998 and their first non-MJ NBA Finals in franchise history. I've got Warriors and Bulls matching up in the NBA Finals, both of them winning in 7 here in the conference finals.